Yes! Got it. This thing must have been locked up for a reason. I don't need to talk to her right now. Oh, I really like that thing. The designers of these things, they certainly have wild imaginations. I heard that the identities of the designers are not disclosed to the public, not even to many company officials. And these designers are considered a trade secret. Nobody knows who they are or where they live in the Union. What a strange thing. The item I took from Bogdanov's safe looks like it's part of this thing. It's an electronic diary. I bet it belonged to Mr. Bogdanov. But why would he have hidden it here?
Hi, Monica. I'm back.
Hello, Officer Wallace. Good to see you again.
When did you last see Mr. Bogdanov?
I saw him on Friday evening. As I was leaving, he was busy working in his office. I'm sure he was doing something very important.
Did he exhibit any unusual behavior that day?
Unusual in what way?
What I mean is, did he do anything that was not ordinary?
No, he was himself on Friday. Nothing out of the ordinary, that I recall.
What's your job description here?
I'm a junior sales clerk. However, I was supposed to be promoted to senior level, but with the changes in management, I don't know when it will happen.
Why do you think they will postpone your promotion? Isn't it merit-based?
Of course it is merit-based, but you see, Mr. Bogdanov had secretly promised that I would be promoted.
So, nobody else knows about it?
No, he told me to keep it confidential. Mum's the word.
Did Mr. Bogdanov ever speak about going back to Russia?
Back to Russia? What do you mean back to Russia?
You didn't know he was originally from Russia?
No, I did not. He never confided in me about that.
So, he confided in you about other stuff?
Oh, yes, he shared a lot of private things with me, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. Can you be more specific?
Let's just say we had a close working relationship. Oh, I'm very sorry again, Officer Wallace, but some customers are in need of my immediate attention.
No, not again.
My job may be in jeopardy if I don't respond swiftly.
This is the last time, young lady. I won't be so patient with you again.
Oh, thank you again, Officer Wallace.
I can't believe she did it to me again. Monica is really starting to annoy me. Oh, that's real cute. All this old-fashioned romance stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome.
Have you steadily seen Mr. Bogdanov during these 3 years?
Yes, sort of. I mean, until recently.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he was displaying unusually aggressive behavior recently. He even yelled at me a couple of times.
He yelled? That is completely inappropriate. Such rudeness.
I tried to reason with him, but he would just not listen. He had this strange sparkle in his eyes, as if his behavior shifted. Oh, he could be so romantic at times.
That sounds totally strange. Do you have any idea why?
No idea, dear.
I don't understand how a person could display such socially unacceptable behavior and be romantic at the same time.
This behavior of his only started a few weeks back. I don't know what's got to him. He was usually quiet and shy.
So, lately, he was not that romantic.
No, he was not. And I did not see him during the last week.
Was it difficult to leave your biological family in Russia?
Actually, I had none. After my biological uncle died,
You had no other bio-relatives?
no, my biological parents died during the Great War. My bio-uncle raised me, and when he died, I inherited money from him.
When did he die?
Like 4 years ago, I decided to immigrate, with the help of that money.
Is there a particular reason that anyone would want to go to Russia?
Not really. It is hard to imagine why. Anybody would want to go to Russia nowadays.
You sure Mr. Bogdanov had no reason?
Although he frequently longed for his past there, he had no links left behind. It could have to do with business, maybe.
Such as?
Most of those things he sells are manufactured in Russia.
Really?
Oh, I don't know. I am not sure.
Why would Mr. Bogdanov long for his past in Russia?
I think he has some good memories.
He did? Memories of what?
He was very fond of his late biological grandparents.
Why his bio-grandparents?
Apparently, they took care of him when he was a child.
Larissa, I've got all I need from you for the time being. Is it okay if I come back later?
Oh, sure. See you.
Thanks. Goodbye. So, Bogdanov was fond of his biological grandparents. Mention of old people reminds me of... I think it's time to report my findings to Chief Morrison.
I have some important facts to discuss, Chief.
I only have a little time. Continue.
Douglas Anderson doesn't think Bogdanov was involved in an NGO duty. He believes Bogdanov didn't live in the Union long enough to feel such a social debt.
That's interesting.
Alethea Cordoba told me that someone who was impersonating a peace officer had already been at the Things store, and this impersonator asked her questions about Bogdanov.
A peace officer impersonator? How bizarre. You'd better find out who this person is.
Actually, I got the description of this impersonator, Chief.
Good. Check our census databases and let me know if you find something.
Will do. I found this digital diary, Chief. It doesn't appear to be working, but I believe it belonged to Mr. Bogdanov.
What do you mean? Where did you find it?
Well, this diary was hidden inside an ornament in the Things store, but its activation key was in Mr. Bogdanov's safe.
What ornament? What activation key? Oh, whatever. I'll get it checked out.
Larissa Lukin revealed to me that Bogdanov had fond memories of his late biological grandparents. Apparently, they used to take care of him when he was a child. I suppose that's why he longed for his past there.
Phoenix, during the Bogdanov investigation, you may request financial, search or questioning warrants during our meetings.
Okay.
However, I want you to be careful about for whom you request a warrant. I will only accept your request if you can convince me soundly. Understood?
Yes, Chief. Chief, I saw one of the Immigration Academy students in the front yard.
You saw what?
A novice. In the front yard. I chased him, but he got away.
How could you let him get away?
I almost caught him, but he went through the iron gates of the graveyard.
He did what?
He went through the gates, like a ghost. I'm sorry, Chief. I was quite hesitant to report this to you.
I'm sick and tired of these ghost stories. You're not the only one, you know.
I'm not?
No, the night guards keep seeing ghosts too. I sent them to psychological checkups. They always pass. Just doesn't make sense. Anyway, you're not to talk about this to anyone. Understand?
Yes, Chief.
Do you have any idea who this ghost might be?
As a matter of fact, I do. His name is Tally Tallyman. I found his ID in the auditorium.
Are you sure it was the same man?
I'm pretty sure.
Fine. I'll issue an arrest order for him right away. He's not a Union citizen yet, so we don't need a warrant from a judge. In the meantime, if he's found twiddling his thumbs inside the compound, you're next for the psych checkup.
I have nothing further to mention at this time.
Phew. I managed that one okay. I need to be very careful about what to report to Chief Morrison. And those warrants, I know they will be a very important part of my investigation. What's going on? Hey, this disc just erased itself? How can that be? Now, I'm not sure if I can deal with this low-level stuff. We'll see. Yes! Got it! Wow, a pretty butterfly-like image. I wonder if these butterfly images are somehow connected. Nope, nothing here. That's not my domain. Finally, somebody that can be sensible.
Hi, I need to speak to Ms. Stavropoulos.
And you are?
I am Senior Officer Phoenix Wallace from the Adrianopolis Peace and Security Center.
Officer Wallace. Unfortunately, Ms. Stavropoulos is at class right now, and she is not to be disturbed until her prep period.
What is a prep period?
It is the time when our teachers have a short break from their teaching responsibilities.
And when is her next prep period?
Let's see. Ms. Stavropoulos will be free in 90 minutes. Would you like to wait, or shall I take a message?
I was hoping to talk to Miss Stavropoulos right away. You see, this involves an active case.
What kind of case are you investigating, officer?
I'm afraid the case is being kept confidential. Anyhow, I need to talk to Ms. Stavropoulos immediately.
This sounds urgent. Let me try to reach her for you. Please stay here.
Thank you. Hello, Katie. How are you doing now?
I'm doing better, I guess. I'm still shaken.
Can I ask you some more questions?
Certainly.
Was it your choice to cool off the relationship?
Yes, I felt I had to cool off the relationship. Because he was treating me so badly.
In what way, Katie?
He would behave completely irrationally. I was beginning to think he was psychologically imbalanced.
In your opinion, are the imbalances connected to his past?
Oh, I don't know. He did not talk a lot about his past. It seemed to me like he wanted to forget his Russian past. He was desperately trying to fit in better here, in the Union.
You mean he hated his past?
No, actually, he shared very fond memories of his childhood. But it seemed to me that his young adult life must have been difficult.
What can you tell me about his childhood?
Vasily had a very strong attachment to his bio-grandparents. Apparently, he was raised by them. And he loved his bio-grandparents deeply. I believe his bio-parents died during a savage riot.
Oh, must have been very hard for him. Imagine losing your bio-parents in absence of a sound educational system. Who would take care of you?
I guess he was lucky that his bio-grandparents took care of him. Of course, it could never compare to the care from a qualified professional in our CDCs. In the rogue states, the school teachers are only responsible for the academic education. They have nothing to do with the children's love, belonging, and esteem needs. I think Vasily was very fortunate that he did not develop neurotic behavior during his childhood, in absence of qualified care.
Have you had a serious relationship with a Russian before?
No. Vasily was my first Russian partner. Oh, I loved his accent.
Did you go out in public a lot?
Sure. He took me to all the popular restaurants.
Which one was his favorite?
He loved the Italian restaurant in the pyramid.
So, you say Mr. Bogdanov did not develop neurotic behavior during his time in Russia, but you also mentioned his irrational behavior. How can you be sure his irrationality did not have neurotic roots?
I'm sure because he behaved as a rational man until recently.
Is that enough to tell you that it was not neurosis-related?
As a professional with a lot of training and experience in human behavior, I very well know the symptoms of neurotic tendencies. And my Vasily was not neurotic.
Then how would you describe his behavior with your professional expertise?
Unfortunately, my professionalism does not allow me to make such comments on adults of Vasily's age. This is clearly not my domain.
I'm sorry, of course not.
If there are no further questions, I have to get back to my children.
No questions at this time, Katie. Thank you. Again, I'm very sorry for your loss.
It is a loss for our entire society. A precious citizen, a member of our union has been taken from us by a barbaric act.
Poor Kati. The more I behave in an understanding way, the more she becomes emotional.
Hello, dear.
Hi, Sandra.
Want to meet tonight?
Sure.
At the cafe, round 8.
Alrighty.
See ya.
Bye.
What should I wear?
I need to get going, or else I'm going to be late for my meeting with Sandra. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, dear.
Hello, would you like to look at a menu today?
No, we're just here for a coffee.
We got Colombian Gold, or if you prefer milder coffee, we have Hawaiian Tropic
I'll go for the Hawaiian Tropic, please.
with cream.
Yes, please.
Will that be all?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
So, tell me, how's the big Marine?
He's fine, but I don't think our relationship is going anywhere.
Phoenix, when are you gonna stop taking your relationships so seriously?
I'm not taking them so seriously.
But you are. How long have you been sexual partners now?
About 6 months.
Have you had any other sexual partners in the meantime?
No.
Well, there you go. How many union women do you think stick to a single sexual partner over a 6-month period?
I don't know. Not many, I guess.
Not many? How about none?
But that doesn't mean I'm taking Jean-Michel seriously.
Did you even sleep together?
Yes, we did.
I don't understand why you don't find more partners like him.
Why should I? There's nothing special about Jean-Michel.
No, brother. You're missing the entire point. But whatever. I'm tired of discussing it with you.
Sandra, I need your opinion on something.
Well, I'm not one of those judges on your court network, but I can try to act like one.
Oh, quit it. Kati Stavropoulos is not telling me everything I need to know about Bogdanov.
Maybe she doesn't know what you need to know.
I think she does. But she's hiding behind professionalism and telling me adults are not her domain.
Maybe you should nonchalantly apply a little pressure to get her talking.
Pressure? How can I possibly pressure a teacher from the CDC? If Kati were to complain, Chief would fry my ass.
That may be so, but Kati, for reasons beyond my understanding, loved Bogdanov very much, right?
That's right.
So maybe you can corner her with the fact that Bogdanov is dead and his murderers are at large.
That might work.
Won't hurt to give it a try.
Monica from the Thing Store tells me that she had no idea Bogdanov was an immigrant.
Are you serious? She must be a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Picnic? What are you talking about?
Oh, Phoenix. It means that Monica isn't very bright.
Well, seems to me she's bright enough to know a few ways to get ahead on the sales floor.
Maybe so, but then again, she should have been able to smell it out.
I really have a tough time understanding Larissa Lukin.
Don't tell me. I don't want to hear any more about that immigrant.
Well, it seems to me that she is completely confused.
Confused about what? How to get some?
No, you one-track-minded fool. Just listen to me. How can a person be kind and romantic and vulgar and crude at the same time?
Are you describing the late what's-his-name?
Mr. Bogdanov, yes.
And Larissa told you he was kind, vulgar, romantic, and crude?
Yes.
I think you've just been exposed to the fundamental qualities of a sufferer from the rogue state. Only the likes of Larissa can confuse such different concepts in their limited minds.
I'm serious. This is how she described Vasily Bogdanov. I don't understand how he could exhibit all these qualities at once.
Of course he didn't. It's all in Larissa's head. I think she's overwhelmed with the incident, for whatever reason, and can't think clearly.
Poor Larissa. She's so confused.
What's she confused about?
Life in general. She claims Bogdanov had many good memories of Russia.
Yeah, she's so out of it. How could anybody have good memories about a rogue state? Life is so full of dangers and hardship in a rogue state. You gotta be out of your mind in order to enjoy living there.
I know. If Bogdanov was fond of his life there, why did he invest so much time and money to come here?
Exactly. I think I'm starting to lose faith in the Immigration Academy. I don't understand how losers like Bogdanov and Larissa got into the Union in the first place.
Well, they must have proved their worth in the exams somehow. Otherwise, they never could have graduated from the academy. The process is foolproof.
I'm not as convinced as you are.
These rogue staters will never shake off their old beliefs.
What makes you say that?
Their altruistic ways are so ingrained. I have a difficult time comprehending what motivates them to do some of the things they do.
Do what things? Are you referring to their ineptness in their economic decision-making?
Not only that, I'm talking about their attachment to biological kin. Can you believe that Bogdanov was raised by his biological grandparents?
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. They were not even in the same family unit. But these people, for some reason, felt obliged to take care of Bogdanov.
Well, with that kind of attitude, these rogue staters will never amount to anything.
Sandra, I need to leave now. Talk to you tomorrow then.
Sure. See ya.
Wow, this place has a distinct flavor and quality to it. It resembles the clubs I've seen in 100-year-old 2D movies. He's the man with the cocktails, and some information, I hope.
Hi, I'm Senior Officer Phoenix Wallace from the Adrianopolis Peace and Security Center.
Hi, Officer Wallace. My name is Fabian. Would you like a refreshing cocktail?
No, not right now. I'm here in an official capacity.
Well then, Officer Wallace, how can I be of help?
Do you know a man by the name of Vasily Bogdanov?
Of course I know Mr. Bogdanov. He is one of my regulars here, although I haven't seen him lately.
Well, I regret to tell you that Mr. Bogdanov is no longer with us.
Oh, you mean he skipped town?
No, he didn't skip town. Mr. Bogdanov is dead.
He died? In an accident or something?
No, he was murdered in a rogue state. But this information is confidential and you're not to tell the others.
Oh, of course not, Officer Wallace. Confidentiality is my second name. Can I ask how he died?
I'll get to that later. First, I need to ask questions.
I will do everything I can to be helpful, Officer Wallace.
Fabian, how often did Mr. Bogdanov frequent this place?
Oh, he was here almost every night. For a while, he seemed to really enjoy himself here.
Did you engage in conversations with him every time he visited?
I can't say every time, but he was a talkative man and very approachable. We had many conversations. His company will be missed in this place.
How would you describe your relationship with him?
Well, I was his bartender and he was my customer. But as you probably know, Officer Wallace, in my line of business, we tend to get to know our customers pretty well.
Actually, I was counting on that, Fabian. Can you say that you were close to Mr. Bogdanov?
It depends on what kind of closeness you are referring to, officer.
Of course, I mean the type of friendship in which he would have confided in you.
Oh, that kind of friendship. Well, You could say that I have a sympathetic ear.
So, are you originally from Adrianopolis?
Yes, I am.
So you were here during the bloodbath?
Yes, I regret to say. I was here during that terrible period. I'm surprised that you know about that savage riot, which took place some 20 years ago.
24 years ago, to be exact. I was only 3.
You mean you were here too?
Right in the middle of it. I lost my biological family and was abandoned on the streets during that riot.
I am really sorry to hear that, Officer Wallace. I guess we are both scarred for life. How did you survive on the streets? Can you recall?
I can't recall much. Sometimes I have horrific flashbacks. I was found by Amnesty International, alone, frightened, and hungry on the streets.
Well, at least we were lucky enough to survive all that. Many of the people I knew from my youth did not.
How about you? How did you survive?
My bio family took me to the hills, along with many others. We spent the entire winter there until the Union Army arrived and put a stop to all the atrocities. We barely survived the harsh winter. If the Union Army hadn't arrived, we would have perished in the hills.
Anyone who survived that carnage owes their life to the Union Army. Do you know where Mr. Bogdanov was from?
No, come to think of it, the subject never came up.
And you never thought to ask?
Officer Wallace, it is not my business to ask my customers personal questions like that. I am here only to listen and to make comments about the things they choose to share with me.
I respect your professionalism. What determines your code of conduct?
You mean my company rules? It is the Guild of Personal Service Professionals, the PSP.
You mean you're in the same guild with the male prostitutes?
Yes, I am. It is not something to be proud of, but nevertheless, some high executives think bartenders please their customers in the similar way that prostitutes do. I don't mind, because the PSP is good at providing training for my professional development and protecting my rights.
So, Mr. Bogdanov never chose to open the subject about his past.
No, Officer Wallace, he did not.
In that case, you're probably not aware that he was a recent immigrant.
He was a recent immigrant? No, I had no idea. Where from?
He immigrated from the rogue state of Russia. Thanks for the information. I shouldn't take more of your time today, but I might come back with more questions later.
Certainly, Officer Wallace.
That looks like a security professional. But why would anyone need to employ a security professional? It's probably just for show.
Hi, do you work at the Stardust?
Yes, madame. How may I be of help?
You are a security professional, right?
Yes, madame.
Then we are in the same business.
We are, madame?
Yes, I'm a peace officer.
You are? Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business, I'm afraid. Bye.
He's awfully cute, but on the job right now. Anti-Chaos Society is a relatively new NGO.
Their aim is to raise awareness about the destructive effects of chaos and disorder. Their slogans are so vivid and powerful. It's a kiosk of the NGO Alliance. I can make a donation or join their ranks by using one of those. An NGO Alliance kiosk. How can turbulence coexist with stability? By definition, they can only exist in each other's absence. What kind of a sick joke is this?
Oh.